I don't know. I guess initially it was written for a man. Maybe some of the dialogue was more man-centric, but I don't think it had to change too much, really. Um, I think when they decided to hire me, there was a thought, and maybe Graham Skipper can also find some interest in this, that they wanted to sort of turn me into a Jeffrey Combs character, like the evil doctor in Reanimator. So I don't know if any of you have seen that movie, but if you have, it's kind of, it's kind of like initially you think maybe she's the voice of reason and she's going to be helpful, but then you realize that, she's playing with science and she has a bigger agenda for it, but actually it's too way off and it's too irresponsible and too crazy. So do I feel like it was hard? No. I mean, once they said, the part's yours, I just tried to make it my own. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's just something that is at the basic fear of all of us, our fear of aging, our fear of dying, and it's a very base emotion. And for me, or my character, as I was saying, she's a doctor. There's a place near where I live in Marin County in California called the Buck Institute on Aging, and I did go there and I interviewed a couple of scientists, and when I said, I have this science fiction script, and I told them about it, and I said, it's kind of wacky, and they said, well, no, it's not really wacky, because we are already making strides in the discovery of rejuvenating cells and enhancing them so that once we cure diseases like Parkinson's or heart disease or anything, a byproduct of cellular rejuvenation is that the stem cells that they use, or whatever processes there's many that they're working on. The process is not going to be so specific to one area. When you're curing disease and aging in cells, it's also naturally going to make you appear younger and look more beautiful, and that's going to be a byproduct of it. So women aren't going to have to go and get facelifts anymore. Once this science is here and technology, we're going to have that. And I said, that's going to be like, 150 or 200 years from now. And they said, no, like, well within the next 50 years. You'll be taking pills for these things. You'll be getting treatments. All of this is within our grasp. But are we playing with God? Are we playing with something that we shouldn't be playing with? I mean, that's a big question, right? How long do you think we should live? How long do you want to live, really? And then, so that's my point of view. And then Sophia's character, she has an arc that she plays, but for her, it's she doesn't care about that. Yes. Yeah. Comes to realize that it's about the love and the connection between another human being, and she feels that way, and now she's trying to help Kira feel the same way, and it doesn't end up good. But initially, Norbert wrote this script because he was in the hospital with some weird illness, and he confronted his own death. And some of you, if you've had experiences, that are very traumatic or of a crisis manner, you really question how you feel about death and how you feel about your own immortality. And so, he wanted to tell this story, and obviously it has some nods to Cronenberg, and when he worked with Richard on the script, some of Richard's influences came through. And if some of you know Richard or some of his work, he was the original creator of The Island of Dr. Moreau, and he was supposed to direct that, and he didn't ultimately get to. But he had a lot of influence on the script as well.